It is the most famous lost city in history, Atlantis, a story of a godlike civilization and its sudden doom. For centuries we had asked, was Atlantis real? We have searched for it in every corner of the globe. But what if the answer was never a place to be found, but a memory of a real catastrophe to be understood? This is the story of how modern science may have found Atlantis, not in a myth, but in the heart of a real lost civilization. Our only clues come from the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. He described Atlantis as a mighty empire beyond the Pillars of Hercules. It was an island nation with a powerful navy that ruled the seas. Its capital was a marvel of concentric rings of land and water, a city of incredible wealth, advanced engineering, and power. But the people of Atlantis grew arrogant and corrupt. They waged war against the rest of the known world. As punishment, the gods unleashed a terrible cataclysm. In a single dreadful day and night of misfortune, the island of Atlantis was swallowed by the sea and vanished. This is Plato's blueprint, a checklist for a lost world. And in the Bronze Age, a real civilization matched it perfectly. Let us travel back 3,600 years to the Aegean Sea. Here, Europe's first great civilization thrived, the Minoans. They were not warriors, but artists, engineers, and sailors. Their magnificent palaces were centers of art and culture. They did not build great walls, they had no need for them. Their safety was guaranteed by their complete mastery of the sea. The Minoan navy was the most powerful in the known world, an island nation with a powerful navy that ruled the seas. The first clue from Plato's blueprint fits perfectly. The heart of the Minoan world was the island of Crete, but their story of destruction centers on another island, a jewel of their empire, a bustling port city called Akrotiri. This city was located on a small round island called Thera, an island we know today by a different name, Santorini. Like Atlantis, the Minoans were a highly advanced culture. Their art, architecture, and engineering were centuries ahead. And like Atlantis, they vanished at the peak of their power, a sudden, violent end that left the world stunned. The final piece of the puzzle lies not in the people, but in the very ground beneath their feet. Thera was a volcano. Before its end, Akrotiri was a paradise, a city of beautiful multi-story homes adorned with art. Its streets were alive with the bustle of trade and daily life. Its people lived in peace and prosperity, unaware of the doom below. For the island of Thera was a ticking time bomb. Deep beneath the city, a colossal chamber of magma was growing. For years, it had been swelling, pushing against the Earth's crust. The first signs of trouble were small, minor earthquakes. The ground would tremble, a warning from the sleeping giant. Wisps of steam and gas began to rise from the mountain's peak. The people of Akrotiri, sensing the danger, made a wise choice. Archaeologists have found no bodies there. They evacuated. They fled their beautiful city, but they could not escape the blast. Around 1600 BC, the time bomb finally exploded. This was not just an eruption, it was a geological apocalypse. The initial blast sent a column of ash and rock 23 miles high into the edge of space. The sound was the loudest ever heard by human ears. It was heard thousands of miles away across the entire region. The sky turned black. Day became an endless starless night. Superheated ash and pumice rained down, burying Akrotiri. But this was only the beginning of the horror. The real cataclysm was yet to come. The massive magma chamber beneath the island was now empty. The roof of the volcano, the very center of the island, had no support. And so it began to collapse. The entire center of the island of Thera fell in on itself. It collapsed into the sea with unimaginable force. This was the moment a part of the world truly vanished. A single island, swallowed by the sea in a day and a night, exactly as Plato described the fate of Atlantis. The collapse of the island displaced billions of tons of seawater. It created one of the largest tsunamis in human history. A colossal wave, hundreds of feet high, raced across the Aegean. It traveled at the speed of a modern jetliner. Its first target was the heart of the Minoan Empire, the island of Crete. The waves struck the northern coast with the force of an atomic bomb. It obliterated the Minoan fleet, the source of their power. It wiped out their coastal cities, palaces, and farms. The Minoan world, in a matter of hours, had been drowned. The tsunami was the killing blow, but the death was slow. The eruption had thrown millions of tons of sulfur dioxide into the air. This created a volcanic winter, blocking out the sun. For years, the climate of the entire region was changed. Global temperatures dropped, crops failed, famine spread. The surviving Minoans were left weakened and shattered. Their civilization, once the jewel of the Aegean, collapsed. An entire culture and its memory was almost erased. But the memory of the great cataclysm survived. Survivors of the disaster would have told their stories, a tale of a mighty island empire swallowed by the sea. These stories would have reached their powerful neighbors, the Egyptians. The Egyptians were meticulous record keepers. It is believed they recorded the story of the Minoan collapse. 1,000 years later, the story was told to an Athenian lawmaker, a man named Solon, who was visiting Egypt. The Egyptian priests told him a tale from their ancient records, a story of an advanced island nation destroyed by the gods. But over a millennium, details had been lost in translation. The timeline was exaggerated from 900 years to 9,000. The location was moved from the Aegean to the vast Atlantic. The small island of Thera became a massive continent. Solon brought this epic, distorted tale back to Greece, and 200 years after that, his descendant told it to the one man who would make it immortal, Plato. Plato used the story not as history, but as a parable, a warning against the dangers of arrogance and imperial pride. But the core of his story was not fiction. It was the distant, faded echo of a real historical event, the eruption of Thera and the fall of the Minoan civilization. So, was Atlantis real? As a continent, no, science has proven that continents do not sink. But the legend of Atlantis is almost certainly real. It is the memory of a real lost civilization. Today, Santorini is a beautiful island paradise, but the caldera at its heart is a constant, silent reminder of the terrifying power that lies just beneath the surface. The story of Atlantis is not a myth of a fantasy world. It is a testament to the real lost civilization of the Minoans, a cautionary tale written in fire, ash, and water.